Right, me and Johnny Mack,
What's up?
we're crossing the mighty Mackinac Bridge. So a lot of people who don't know what the mighty Mackinac Bridge is, for the longest time, it was the largest suspension bridge in the world. And then China and a couple other places built the big ones. It's 5 miles long. It's a bridge that's 5 miles long. That's Mackinac Island out there. You can only get there by ferry, which is it's cool to go out there. It's beautiful. It's got a hotel called the Grand Hotel. You can actually see it if we were to zoom in, the big white building there. And a room is like about $1,000 a night minimum. Beautiful place. There's no cars on the island, only horses and bikes. That's pretty cool. These are called the Straits of Mackinac. It's a 5 mile wide stretch of water. Then on that side is Lake Michigan, and on this side is Lake Huron. And up there is Lake Superior, and they all kind of flow together in a confluence. Now, this bridge is creepy and scary, and I don't like it. I'm gonna be crossing it on my dirt bike this year at some point, on my Enduro, which is really gonna be freaky. But last year, somebody drove off it. Somebody flipped over the side, so it was only like the second time anyone's ever done that. My wife's father flipped a frickin' SUV on this bridge. How scary is that? Look at that. Look at the water. So now we're actually about, I'd say we're about 200 feet above the water, but at the apogee or the apex of this bridge, I'd say you're about 400 feet above the water. So it's super creepy, man. I would love to like parachute off this. I think that would be cool. People think you could dive off this, like cliff dive. No way. You hit that water like you're hitting the freaking brick. The water at 300, 400, 500 feet high, you hit that water and even if you went feet first, your legs would snap in half like a freaking twig. But it's a cool experience for anyone that's never done it. I've been across it many times. Me and my wife go to the UP all the time, trout fishing and camping or whatever, but this is Johnny's freaking first time, right?
Yeah.
It's a big bridge, man. 5 miles long. And today's a nice calm day, but some days when it's really windy, the thing's swaying a little bit. It's creepy, man. It's so creepy. And then there's this great thing we're on, and it kind of pulls your tires around. You're like, and now it's forcing us to get over. They're always working on it. There's always some kind of work happening on it, like fixing it. I've seen it where the guys up there climbing up, they're strapped in, they're painting it so it doesn't rust. They're way up on this freaking cable. Those are cables. Inside that big green thing is a series of like 50 cables, and that supports the whole thing. That's why it's called a suspension bridge. All these little cables that you're seeing along the side here are what support the bridge. It's pretty cool. It's trippy and creepy, but anyone goes to northern Michigan, the upper peninsula of Michigan, they have to cross it. We got to pay a little toll up here, no big deal. It's a couple dollars, but makes me want to go fishing down there. I'm just saying. That's slow. There's a sign that says slow. What are they doing? They're welding or something. What the hell are they doing down there? Creepy.
Oh yeah, there's a couple of broken pieces on the steel there.
Fixing it. And good.
That'll puncture a tire instantly.
Hopefully we make it across in one piece and we keep going. Just saying. Okay, we have now entered, like, I don't know how far we're off the road, but I'm gonna guess 12 miles maybe. I don't know.
We've been driving a minute.
This is the area where I had my Sasquatch encounter. We're coming up on it. It's another mile or two down this really rough road. But me and my wife have driven her Ford Escape. I'm not joking, down like 10,000 miles of roads like this. 10,000. Oh, wow. It's got 220,000 miles on her car, and there's at least 10,000 of them are down these horrible back roads. That's why, in my opinion, Ford Escape 2008 to 2010 is the best car that's ever been made, because that thing is a champ. It's still going. It still drives like new. It's awesome. I won't sell it. It's got a little bit of rust. It's got a couple of things. I don't care. I'll drive that thing till the wheels fall off, man. That thing's a G. But this is a really beautiful area. You can see they did a select cut a couple years ago. It was burnt like this last year. But if you're a Sasquatch, this is a good place to call home. This is a place to call home, man, because nobody comes back here. I mean, very rarely. Like, you can come back here in the height of the salmon run, and you might get 3 guys over like a 3-week period.
Oh wow,
that's it. That's 3 guys. And as far as deer hunting, we're going to be camping. It's going to be somebody's old deer or bear camp. It's old. It's probably been there 15, 20 years, and somebody hunted there, bear and deer, or deer. But nobody comes back here, man. This is just, we're back here. So we gotta, there's gonna be a V in the road that comes up to the right. And that's what we are. Maria found it one time when I was fishing down in the river, and that side down there, there's a big hill. Down that side is a river where I was fishing, and she went for a walk looking for mushrooms, saw this like side trail, said, I'm gonna try this and see where it goes. And she took it about a quarter mile and came to this cool like camping spot, right? And she came back and she told me, she's like, this is a really cool spot to camp by the river. It turns, oh, there's eagle right there. Do you see it?
I see it. Oh wow, it's American eagle, isn't it? The bald eagle.
Yeah, the bald eagle.
Yeah.
He's fishing because the river's right down there. He was just sitting up on the thing. This is not it. This is not. No, that's cool. We'll see eagles around here. Plenty of eagles. A lot of eagles in Michigan. And we definitely don't want to get flat or anything. It's hectic here. The trail should be coming up on the right soon. Like I said, we are in here, man. And if you're a Sasquatch and you're living back here, dude, like anyone coming back here, you
hear them.
You'll hear them from a long way.
Here's the V.
Yeah. Wait, I think, you know what? This is this isn't it.
This isn't it?
No.
Okay.
No. But that I've been down that one and I know where it goes, but it's not where we want to go. So my cousin Johnny and I came up here, and I took his diesel truck. There's a big hole. I took his diesel truck one time down there with the kids. It's fine, it's good. And we went. Sketchy. Your car's good. You got a good car.
Yeah, got it.
And I got his diesel truck stuck. No, maybe that is it. No, let me see. Is that not? I guess that was it, man.
We were supposed to take them.
Yeah, I guess we were. Because this is the end. This is where we're going to come to fish. Okay. So, there's an awesome camping spot. Like, this is an awesome camping spot. It's right here. But it's not where we're going to go. We're going to go where I saw Sasquatch. Or where something happened. We'll be back. All right, well, I got to move a tree.
Gotta move a tree.
Probably shouldn't be talking so loud, but... Get through?
Yeah, I think I can get.
Might have to come back and get some firewood from this thing.
Yeah, this is the branch that. That I can probably get through.
I just smashed my hand. This will be fun. We got it. We got it. Beautiful out here, isn't it?
Same way, she can't have anything that's near either.
So here's our camp. This is Camp Bigfoot, I call it. This is where something threw rocks at me when I was down there fishing in the river. I was right down there, about 12 o'clock at night. Maria was up here, right by a fire right here. And we just done eating. We had some steelhead for dinner. She was drinking a glass of wine. It was about midnight. And a rock hit the water somewhere over there. Loud kabloosh. And I said to her, honey, did you throw that rock? She's like, no, are you messing with me? I said, no, are you messing with me? She said, no. I thought she was messing with me or whatever. 5 minutes later, another rock hits the water right here. Kabloosh, like right there. And I'm right there. And I was like, what the hell? She's like, get up here right now. I came charging up this sandy ass hill. And here we are. So we are now here in the middle of nowhere. I'd estimate about 12 miles off the highway and about 250 square miles of wilderness. So this is going to be our camp, and I'm going to set up a camera so you can watch us build our camp, and it should be interesting. All right, so here's a new tent my wife bought on Amazon. I have no idea how it goes up, but we're gonna find out. My wife is pretty good on terms of Amazon and buying stuff that I don't, see, but we're gonna see. This is a good tent. Typically, I'm pretty good at getting these tents up, but she bought one before that was like a nine-man tent. I'm like, honey, why do we need a 9-man tent? It's just you and me. And I hope this is one that goes up pretty easily. I don't really know. I don't have my glasses, so I can't see the directions. So I'm gonna hope that it's self-explanatory. You got that little one. It should be no problem.
Yeah, it's just an X. Yeah, just 2 poles. That's it.
The last one I had, it had all these joints, and after we used it for like 2 years, like the joints wore out and they stopped working right, and then it became like it would be all flim flammy. These are long, man. So I'll move my tent over. You want to keep it relatively close to me. In fact, about where you're at is good if you back it up a little bit, because we're going to have this tarp. It's going to tie to the trees and then sling over the top here. Okay, Johnny's chasing his tent. It blew away. There's no freaking wind, and then all of a sudden the wind picks up. So, go figure. I think we have it figured out. Well, we didn't bring the rope that we needed, so we had to rig it up. Now, typically what I would do here is put a stake in the ground right here and tie a rope to it, which I think I might be able to do still. I'm gonna try it. I put the stakes, let me see one of them trees. Give me the other one, a little bit thinner one over there. This is what you normally would do. Well, I gotta cut that down to size, sharp with my knife. Give me that knife there. Watch yourself. There we go. Okay. Now I need to find. You got? Did you say was there any rope on the end over there?
Not on this side, no.
This is how I usually do it, but I usually have more rope and more angles, but whatever. It'll work, because this tie down. I had enough rope with just the one. Can you hand me a stake? You got a stake handy?
Yeah, I don't know. It's a pretty chintzy stake. It's one of these El Cheapo.
Where'd mine go?
I mean, I don't know. You can try it. I don't think it's gonna hold it though.
What the freaking stakes did I have? It was in a little green thing. Yeah. There you go. Let me see the one you got. I got the same thing.
Same thing, yeah. They're the standard, pretty much.
All right. And then you got to get it into a space where it's hard and solid. Oh man, this is not any of the above. might have to get a big rock and put it over the top. Uh-oh. I think your backside came out. Your backside steak came out. Let me put this big rock over this thing.
Oh, there it went. The wind's fighting. The wind's fighting back.
Yep. Now I gotta find that steak. This is where you. Well, the knot came apart. That's all right. Rigged up. The rock is holding in the stake right there. If we get any big gusts of wind, we're probably gonna have our tents blown down. Here's put some stakes out there. Tents won't blow down, but the tarp will. So no big deal. We will now eat something because I'm getting hungry. I'm gonna lower that sail. I'll be back. I'm gonna lower that rope down the tree. Well, they say, what is the key to necessity? What is that? How's that saying go? The something of ingenuity is the key to success. What the frick is it? You heard that saying before, Johnny Mack? The key to necessity is the key to innovation or something like that?
Something like that.
Anyways, we made a table out of a box because neither of us had the prescience to bring. I have 2 tables, fold-out tables, which are very important parts of your camp. Very important. You set everything up. And this is the thing, when you're not in a campground, you don't have a picnic table or something. You're roughing it. So you got to have a little pop-up table, which we didn't bring. So we took a box, and necessity is the key to something. I'm be peanut butter and jelly sandwich. I'm just saying. All right, lunchtime. What are we having? Peanut butter and jelly sandwich, the old classic go-to. We haven't had fire yet, but you hear that? This guy Johnny Mack pulls up and says, "Oh man, let's kick some music on." I looked at him like, "Please don't, please don't." Listen to the sound. You hear the birds, the sound of the wind, the river down below the hill. That's my music. That's the music. The only music I want to hear when I'm out here is I love music. I'm a fan of music. But out here, it's such a rare commodity to have time alone with nature and with God and the wilderness. Then when I'm here, I want to spend every second deep in it, listening to it, understanding it, feeling it. I can play music when I'm at home, working out, working on my book, whatever. Music's always available. But this isn't.
No, this isn't.
This is not always
available.
This is a treat. This is a treat, exactly. This is a rare treat. And so, I mean, for some people, it's really rare. You know, like me, I get to do this a lot. Almost where I live is almost like this type of environment. But this is still next level. And so, when I get it to here, I appreciate it next level. But some people like yourself, I mean, this could be something you do once a year. This could be something you do once every 5 years. I mean, where I live in northern Michigan, it's kind of famous for being a place where people vacation. Like people save up all year so they can go up north to their cabin or a campground on Labor Day or Memorial Day and spend 2, 3, 4, 5 days out in the woods just hanging out, camping, doing what we're doing now. But, once a year, I'm like, I literally drive out of my driveway on my dirt bike and drive 30 miles through this type of wilderness and go fishing. It's amazing. Father God, thank you in Jesus' name for my friends and my family and all my blessings. Most of all for Jesus. Thank you for my salvation, your forgiveness and your mercy and your grace. I pray in Jesus' name, continue to guide us, protect us, all that we do. Protect us from Satan and his evil ones and his minions, anyone who wants to take advantage of us or hurt us. Thank you for getting us here safely. Bless us with another beautiful day, tomorrow and the next day. Maybe bless us with some steelhead in the river we can catch and have some fun with. And thank you for getting us here alive. Amen. That's funny. That bread, I left it out in the sun for 5 minutes. It's already like toast.
Really?
It's already getting, We'll get more wood. There's plenty of wood. I wouldn't worry about it too much unless you want a fire right now. Which
No, I figured while I got the energy, I grab some.
I gotta take it easy on the Fairlife milk, man, because I only have a half gallon. Typically, I drink a half gallon a day.
Oh yeah, you said ration.
Mm-hmm. And I'm allergic to wheat.
You ever watch that show, Naked and Afraid?
Yeah.
What do you
Dumb.
think of that? You should go on that show.
First of all, walking around with my dick hanging out, it's
Yeah, but no, it's about skills. I don't know why they do it.
they pick a bunch of idiots just for a reason. They pick people who they know are going to be dramatic. They don't pick the best. Let me tell you something. There's a show called Alone. You ever heard of it?
Yeah.
If I was to audition for Alone, they would never pick me. You know why? Because they know I'd win.
Right.
They wouldn't even, they're like, this guy spent 13 years in a prison cell. You're going to put him out there in the wilderness for freaking 2 months? He thinks
Right.
I'm like, thanks. You paid for my vacation, mother effer. I'm gonna be a millionaire when it's done because they give $1 million to the winner. No one's going to outweigh me. I'll stay there a year. No one's going to outweigh. I spent 13 years in a prison cell. You call this roughing it? Give me a knife and a fishing pole, and I'll be good. I was thinking of my girl the whole time. When we get home, honey, we'll have $1 million to invest in our business. We'll be good. And they think their producers who psychologically profile, people would have come to the terms of that. They would have, if I said, listen, this is the primitive skill sets that I got. I'm a fisherman. This is my past. Spent 13 years in prison, blah, blah, blah. I'd walk out of the room and they'd look out and go, there's no way anyone can beat that guy. He spent 13 years in a cell. How are we gonna break him?
Right.
I'm saying he doesn't have kids and nothing to go home to.
Yeah, well, that's that. They use your weaknesses. There's
Exactly. I pick people who've got kids and people that are really pussy too. Like, I love my wife so much, I can't live without her. Being away from her kills me. Blah blah blah. Oh, you'll be perfect for the show. You'll be tapping out in 2 weeks, a week.
Yeah, there's some nuts on that go on that show, but there's also some people that are like military that are supposed to be out.
Tap out too. They tap out. I watched it the first couple of years I was in prison, then I went home. And both years, the guy that I picked won. They weren't for any particular reason other than they're from Michigan. One guy was from Michigan. He's a pastor. And he just said, dude, I'm poor. I need this money. Like, me and my wife were broke. I don't know. He wasn't a good anything. He did figure out how to catch fish, and that saved him.
He's a motivator.
Yeah, but he figured out how to catch fish. And the whole time I'm going, dude, build a fish trap, build a fish trap. I'm yelling on the phone. He did, and through the TV. Finally, he found like an old bottle, and he knew how to cut the lid off of it and invert it to make a fish trap, which is exactly what I would have done. You can use anything you find on the shores. Right. So he built a fish trap, and every day he was able to catch 8 or 10 minnows type looking fish, little fish.
Right.
And between that and sea kelp, boil it in salt water, he had a good nutrients every day, and he lasted like 2 months. And won. But I also seen these like super survivalist, badass dudes who can make anything, and they're like super survivalists. They get out there a week later, they're like, oh, I miss my kids and my wife, blah, 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 and they tap out. I'm like, you freaking pussy, man.
You signed up for this shit.
Well, dude,
You're not gonna have them for the duration of your fucking thing.
I'm telling you, they particularly get off me, B. They pick people based on. They pick people based on their psychological profile. They just don't pick random people.
Right.
Not because, oh, you think you're a survivalist? Oh, right, we'll pick you. No, it didn't work like that. They pick people who are like, they know it's going to be drama, the best drama. The show's about drama. I remember one year they had this kid on there, man. I can't remember where he was from. He claimed to be like a survivalist kid. He was pretty young, maybe mid-20s, maybe late 20s, like 27. Been on the chubby side. Tall. This dumbass idiot is so dumb, he builds his shelter right on the beach, essentially, right? Where there's so much wind, it's a crappy shelter, not even a good one. It's like a freaking little piece of tarp with a string, and like, he didn't even build a good shelter. First thing you do when you get into the woods and you still have energy, because you have been eating, you go out in the woods and you gather up wood and you build a shelter, right? Until it's like a waterproof. They give you a tarp or whatever too. Sometimes they even give you a tarp. You can pick a tent, I think. I can't remember if you get a tent, but anyways, you build a good shelter, right? Then food. Now, naturally, they put you on the coast of British Columbia. So there's and they give you a source of fresh water, which means they put you on a creek. So you're on the shores of British Columbia on a creek.
That's a lifeline in itself.
If you can't figure out this fish in that creek, then you're a moron. So now it's a matter of how do you catch the fish? Because you can bring like 12 items. One of those items can be like a little fishing rig. You know what I'm saying? I don't need nothing. You give me a hook and a piece of line, I'll make a rod out of a stick, and believe me, I can go to I'll go to any body of water, anywhere, and catch fish, and I'll survive just fine. And that guy who did the traps was the smart guy. Because he didn't have to work for it. You know what I'm saying? He just, when the tide went down every day, he'd go get the trap and it'd be filled with 20 of these little fish.
I'd be waiting for the tide. I'd be anxious for the tide to go down. The stomach growling.
Yeah, he was, I'm sure. But he kept telling himself, if I win this, I'm a millionaire. If I win this, my wife never have to worry again. All of these gangster ass people, survivalists, tap the F out. And this pastor from Michigan. Oh man, I need more milk. I can't believe I only brought a half gallon. What an idiot, man. I know every time. I'll be gone by the day. And I'll be sick. I get like half my protein in life from Fairlife milk.
Yeah. I eat a lot of protein granola in the protein shake.
It's just something I enjoy. My body likes the calories, whatever the protein and sugars.
I weigh 165 now. I changed my diet. I was 212 pounds.
Oh my goodness.
I was 212, and I lost all that weight just from diet. Just diet change.
Yeah, good. I've been 220 to 230 since I was 22 years old. Same time. I'm a little fatter now than I used to be. Yeah, in a few minutes we'll head down to the steelhead spot. Just a scout. We don't even have to bring our rods. Well, I'll bring a rod. I'll bring my snacking rod. More of a scouting mission than anything. But, man, on the other hand, if we see a bunch of freaking salmon, I mean, a steelhead, we might as well go fishing.
Yeah, I better put some line on then.
What's the pound test line you got?
I think I bought 12. 10 pound.
That's good. It's okay for snagging, but I got 40-pound spider wire on my snagging rod. But that's
I've got fluorocarbon with the.
Yeah, that's not your main line though. So is that the only?
That's all I got.
Well, you're snagging that though. You don't, if you don't have any mono line, I have some mono line. Why don't you put some mono line on there in case you want to trout fish? I got the line. I'll give you some line.
All right, cool.
That fluorocarbon line is not going to be worth the crap. That's like catfish bait, bro. We could try that for steelhead.
It says trout nuggets.
I mean,
I don't know what kind of trouts like them. I don't know.
Well, that's what the steelhead are rainbow trout. So.
Oh, here's my compass, and I think I even have a fire starter. Look at that. Just in case.
I got them. I got a couple of them.
Oh, she got my batteries too.
Well, that's that. Half of my half gallon gone already.
Yeah, I have more experience with like bass, catfish.
You know what? I think we should rest for a minute and then is this thing still on? And then go.
You done with this?
Then try for some. Yes. Thank you. Now we're gonna go for some steelhead. There he is. That dark shadow, right there. He's on a bed. There's another one over here, I think. I thought I saw two of them. To properly cast at this fish, I should be on the other side of the river. I mean, I might have to do that. I don't think I can get in without spooking him. Maybe I can climb right here. Give it a shot.